Hey guys, LevelCap here. Today is Monday, which means it's time for an episode of Loadout, the series where you guys, the viewers, get to pick a gun and customization for me to use. The way you do this is you leave a comment down below, letting me know what kind of weapon and accessories you'd like me to run with, and I will pick one of the top rated comments for the next episode. Today's top comment comes from Bone Crusher. It says, the green arrow loadout from the series Arrow. Class Recon. Primary is the Phantom Bow with the broadhead arrow. Secondary will be the G18, Gadget 1 will be the motion sensor, Gadget 2 will be C4, Knife will be your bayonet. Grenade is in the M18 Smoke. Note, he wasn't using a grenade, so I just chose one. Field upgrade is Spec Ops, Soldier Camo will be Vine Leaf. I've been posting this comment every Monday for 12 Mondays, so I really hope you'll choose this loadout. Don't forget to say his iconic quote when you kill someone, "You have failed this city." Other than that, keep up the good work. And now we get to run around with the Phantom Bow. My best advice with this weapon is don't bring a bow to a gunfight. It's pretty much not balanced for Battlefield 4. Using this loadout is fun in certain situations, but extremely aggravating in other situations, and it keeps making me wonder why the heck this weapon isn't balanced around people using the defensive perk. Anybody running the defensive perk will not die in one shot to this weapon unless you shoot them in the head, so it becomes borderline useless in close quarters. It's one of the hardest weapons in the game to actually shoot somebody with, and you can't even get a one-shot kill if somebody has that body armor in CQB. The difference between the Phantom Bow and the crossbow from Battlefield 3 is pretty much night and day. The crossbow didn't require you to replace your primary weapon with it, and it also didn't require you to pull back a bowstring to fire it, so it was a much more effective backup weapon. In fact, I would use it legitimately as my sidearm or my secondary weapon to deal with somebody in close quarters or to get a one-shot stealth kill. However, the Phantom Bow requires that you replace your primary weapon and to pull back the bowstring, and when you pull back the bowstring, you're moving very slowly, so it makes you an extremely easy target for anybody who actually knows where your location is. A lot of these clips, I'm playing the better looking clips, but most of my action in this game was shooting people with body armor. They would take the damage, turn around, and just kill me. And that pretty much seems to be the name of the game with the Phantom Bow, unfortunately. I don't know why they don't make the base damage more than 100, so it can actually damage through the body armor, giving you a guaranteed one-shot body shot kill in close quarters. That would be the only thing to make this weapon somewhat usable, and even then it wouldn't be that great. I mean, I certainly wasn't doing amazingly with it. Now, rather than focusing on why the Phantom Bow is an ineffective weapon in Battlefield 4, I thought it would be more interesting to look at a different way of using bows that I discovered about back in January when this guy Lars Anderson put up a YouTube video showing off an archery technique that he brought back from many hundreds of years ago. He was actually studying paintings and hieroglyphics and just crazy stuff that showed archers of the past putting their arrows on the opposite side of the bow, not the left side of the bow, but in fact the right side of the bow, allowing them to fire arrows much faster. And in this video that he posted on YouTube showing off his skills, which is insane by the way, I recommend watching it, it's got like 33 million views, he can fire so quickly that he does a stunt where he jumps off of a trampoline and fires 3 arrows into targets before he hits the ground, which is totally nuts. I mean, that's some Legolas level shit right there. In addition to that, this technique allows you to carry your firing arrows, your extra arrows, in your firing hand, so you can have like 5 arrows in your firing hand and shoot them all in rapid succession. Also, you can load multiple arrows onto the string at the same time. I realize that's pretty much totally impractical, but you can do it if you wanted to. It allows you to just do these amazing things with a bow and arrow that you could never do using the traditional technique. It would be so cool if Battlefield 4 incorporated this firing technique and actually made the bow a usable weapon, something that could be fired in rapid succession, because this whole technique was designed for rapid fire, for accuracy in close quarters, and the ability to take out multiple opponents. Because if you think about it, if you're an archer in medieval combat, you're not going to want to just shoot one arrow and then the next guy that runs at you is just going to kill you. You're going to need to be able to fire as many arrows as fast as you possibly can if somebody's storming a corridor or a hallway or something like that. It's got to be able to compete with the crossbow, right? Or shoot multiple arrows into the same target. You wing somebody with an arrow, it's certainly not going to stop them, especially if they're all pumped up on adrenaline or they got chainmail or whatever to deflect those arrows. You're going to need multiple. You're going to need to shoot them as fast as you possibly can. Now, as we all all know, DICE has been doing a lot of amazing things keeping Battlefield 4 updating, upgrading the engine with better netcode, better stability, better improvements all around. It's really been a phenomenal effort on their part, especially considering how long Battlefield 4 has been out. And we're not getting Battlefield 5 until, what, holiday season 2016? So we got pretty much a year ahead of us at this point, so it makes sense that they'll be producing more and more content for this, hopefully. I would say it would be really cool if they did a big update to the Phantom Bow, or maybe allowed you to use it in an entirely different fashion. Maybe you could like hip fire the weapon shooting from the right side of the bow, and you could shoot it quickly like that. It wouldn't be as accurate for long range shooting, but you could fire it faster. It would just be neat to like give this weapon an upgrade that actually made it something that people might want to use, because I ended up using the crossbow seriously in Battlefield 3 because it had its purpose. It was very effective in specific situations, and that was really cool, and it didn't feel game breaking. Even though I wasn't crazy about the idea of adding in a bow fired weapon to the game, I've kind of warmed up to it since, and the fact that the Phantom Bow is in Battlefield 4 but it really doesn't do anything, I think it would be cooler if it was more of an effective weapon. I doubt it would ever be like a primary choice or a first choice for a really hardcore player, but it would still be really neat to have that kind of option, just kind of modernizing the way that people might use an actual bow in combat. Now, if you guys haven't yet unlocked the Phantom Bow and you want it, it's extremely easy to do on the Operation Outbreak map. I have a video up on it. You can basically just type in like Phantom Bow unlock or whatever, and you will find it on my YouTube channel. Show you how to do it in about 30 seconds, which is way better than the previous method, which took quite a lot of time and a lot of hunting around to get that last Phantom assignment done. Anyway, as far as the green arrow loadout goes, it's gimmicky, it can be fun, but you're never going to be truly satisfied with this loadout, because even if you are a skilled player and you get the first shot off in close quarters, you're going to lose a lot of those firefights because most people are going to be running defensive perk, and that completely defeats the entire effectiveness of this loadout, or your skill or accuracy. Anyway, try it out for yourself, see if you like it, go unlock that Phantom Bow, and don't forget to leave your comments for next week's episode. I'll see you guys next time. This is LevelCap, signing off.